Welcome, everyone. I am Elizabeth, your Soul Aligned Spiritual Coach. Welcome to Sacred Fire Behind the Curtain, where we come forth with asking those questions of the cosmos and of all that is, of the universe, to find out who we are, what's going on, and helping people to usher into the new earth. Today, I'm going to be bringing forth some channeling, some light language, and we'll be having some Q&A. In the channeling sessions, the Arcturians have already come forth and said that they would like to speak. Thank you, everyone. I'll just get tuned in here. I'm just going to start off with a bit of light language. To open with a blessing. Siria dididia antada, sharia ninia sususo, astidia meninia shata, kia nananaria mama, isaria mantu, siria tatarahaya masho, siria manterero, karia nashirianteha. Estaria nananateo, estaria mate, estariana. Thank you. Good day and greetings to you, for it is the Arcturians, and we are delighted, we are happy to come forth to you with a special message. This is an honor and a blessing for this vessel to allow us to come forth. We thank you, we thank you. First of all, we want to say that we are so pleased, we are so happy to see what is going on right now down on earth, for we have been watching over and we have been sending our love, our protection. Right now is a time of big shifts. Many are afraid and many are excited. We are so pleased for those of you that are gathered here and those of you that will be listening in, for you are the curious hearts, the curious souls, the curious minds that want to help the earth come forth in this blessing, in this bloom, this time of new creation, of a new earth. And we are delighted to be here. We are happy to open up this platform for those that have questions and those that would ask things of us. So we may say, please go forth and bring your questions.
Beloved Arcturians, thank you so much for being here. It is such an honor.
We thank you.
I have a question regarding the Arcturian healing chamber. A lot of people talk about it, and a lot of people invite others, teach about it. And I have had a lot of pain, and I've always asked then, just before I go to sleep with the Arcturians, if I have permission to go to the healing chamber because of the pain in my knees, the sciatica. And so I ask, is it possible to, with a request to be able to be permitted to enter this healing chamber, or is there another way to connect with you, or is there a process to be able to go into that healing chamber? Thank you.
Thank you, dear one. Thank you. Yes, and by all means, it is our desire, our wish that we see everyone that is healed. Yet we are curious and amused about your asking of permission for a healing. For the healing is always there for you. For the great one, the great creator, has said that the healing is there for all. And dear one, yes, by all means, you may always come forth in requesting for the healing. And we also encourage you to take part in the healing on your own, for you may tap into these rays, you may tap into these energies for the healing. There are many modalities that you may do so, and you may also come in a place of meditation. Step into the chamber of light. Feel the beautiful rays around you, the deep violets, the indigos, the blues, the greens, greens, the reds, the purples, the yellows, and the many other vibrant colors that you do not see here on your dimension, but the energy is there for you, for the healing, for your taking away, and to come in with a prepared heart, expected to receive, and also with taking action, being loving and nurturing to your body, being caring of your body. Speak to your body, ask your body questions, have a conversation with your knee. When was the last time you had a conversation with your knee?
Maybe several months ago.
Okay, that would explain why your knee feels lonely. It is desiring to have that companionship with you. It is very much a part of your body, but it does also like to communicate. And this pain is also communicating to you, saying, hello, hello, we are here and we are desiring your attention. Yes, there is a need for us. And we also desire to communicate that need to you. Kindly just tap into that and say, hello, I see you, I hear you, and the calling of your attention. You are worthy of that attention, for we do work together. How may I help you to heal? And that is all that you need to ask of it. Speak to that body part. Speak to any of your body parts and say, hello, I see you today. I recognize you and you have some discomfort. Let's talk about it. Just as you would sit down with one of your physicians or one of your friends, and you would share, listen to the story that your body would tell you about this healing. And then be gentle, be loving, and have no judgment, because there is no judgment to be had. It is just what is. And then bring it with love into the healing chamber. Thank you, my child. Is there another question at this time?
Hi, yes. Thank you for your presence. My name is Margaret, and I do have a question. Recently, just now, I finished watching a video. I've been watching a lot of spiritual channelers as well as medium and psychics giving us updates on our ascension path as well as upcoming events. So the recent one that I just finished watching was describing an upcoming event in the months of August and September that is kind of disturbing. And my question is, what I saw was a prediction of an upcoming event where two countries are planning an event that might trigger a volcanic eruption or earthquake that will release a lot of toxic fumes and gas in the air and things like that, and impacting certain countries in the Asia as well as maybe some parts in South USA. So my question is how best to let others know who are more like sleepers, unaware, without creating fear, as well as what can us light workers do to help mitigate it by either staying in calm, peace, and sending love to all the impacted areas, or try to do it in advance to mitigate the impact of such an upcoming event potential. Thank you.
Thank you, dear one. Thank you, dear one, Margaret, for bringing this question forth. And we hear that you have this love and this passion for your earth, for the mother Gaia, as well as the other creation and inhabitants on this planet, wanting to protect them from the toxic fumes that may erupt from this. But let me tell you this, that there is a great pain. There is a great pain, and this is where eruptions come from. This is where toxicities come from. It comes from the pain. So by bringing forth the love, bring forth the love, bring forth the love. And I'm sure you have heard before many of times, where the focus goes, so does the energy. Why would you put the focus into what is not of desire? What you would call negative, for this undesirable response and the wanting of protection and caring for others is so beautiful. Instead of being in the panic, as we see, dear ones, we see panic here. Send the love, send the peace. Send the energetic vibration of healing, and come forth from the heart space. When you step away from the head space and step into the heart space, things become more into balance. It is those of what you would call your leaders, your politicians, that act from the space of the head. It is those of the healers and the lovers of this planet that come from the heart. Approaching this matter, come from the heart, for it is the heart where the love comes from. It is the space of the feminine energy, and there is a great imbalance on this earth right now between the masculine energy and the feminine energy. We need to bring in more of that feminine energy if this is what you are desiring to do, to have this healing, to have this calming of this volcano eruption, to heal, to subdue, and to not erupt, creating the toxicity and the pain of the ripple effect. Sometimes these things do serve a purpose. However, when seeking the desire of protection, come from that place of that loving energy. Just shift down out of the head, move into the heart. Send out the love. Should you wish to bring others into it, you can call it a celebration of love in honoring and visualizing and seeing the pain that is being stored up in Gaia, and how the desire she has to release it through the eruption. For there is much toxicity within that is boiling up. And there is the pressure release valve, which is the volcano. So you may come together in a place of love to offer love to Gaia, to offer love and healing to this volcano and say, we see you and we come forth with love. We see the pain that you are carrying and the toxicity. We see the desire to release it, and we send love, we send love, we send love. So, dear one, this is what we would encourage for you to take forth to those other lovers of the planet that would like to see the healing versus the eruption over this volcanic mass. Does that help answer, dear one?
Yes, it does. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Thank you for bringing your question forth to us. Is there another question at this time?
I would ask a question. Thank you for being here and speaking through Elizabeth. I don't seem to be able to connect with any guides or any ETs, and I just wonder if there's something more I should be doing. Just a question.
Oh,
Thank you.
beautiful one. Beautiful one. Thank you. Thank you for your question. However, you are more connected than what you are aware of. Do you dream, dear one?
No, actually, if I do, I don't remember dreams.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. What you may do before you lay your head down is to release the energies of the day and to give your soul permission to travel the cosmos, to connect with your higher self, to connect with the other dimensional beings. And when you do so, be very mindful as the invitation that you put out as to who you allow to connect with, as you only wish, or you may wish to also connect with other frequencies. However, we imagine that it is your desire to connect with the highest loving energies that are in alignment with your heart's desire and with all that is their creation for you in that loving resonance. Take that time. You may take it sitting down and writing. You may take it in meditation. You may take it in prayer or conversation, or just a command out to the universe saying, this is my desire to connect, and this is who I desire to connect with. It's important that you are specific as to who you connect with, as when a spiritual door is open to a new vessel, there are many that will flock in, wanting to come in and barge through the open door. So do have a gatekeeper at your door to make sure that you are only allowing in those to speak to you that you desire to speak to. However, dear one, there are many that are speaking to you when you're not aware of it. Listen to the rain. Listen to how the rain speaks to you and whispers to you. When you walk through nature, the plants are speaking to you. However, you just might not be in tune with that frequency. Walking in nature is one of the best places for you to tune in on a conscious level to communicate with other beings. And to communicate with nature refreshes the heart, the soul, the body, and the mind. As I was sharing with the previous dear one, move where you're coming from. Shift out of the head where the masculine energy sits and shift to that heart space where the feminine energy is. You may hear channeled messages coming to you through songs. You may hear them coming to you through a radio, through a television, through a friend, through a pet. You may hear channeled messages come from many places. So removing the expectation as to where they come from and how they look, or how should they look and be presented, will create more relaxation in your soul and in your body to receive. Dear one, I tell you, you are receiving more than what you are aware of. When you relax and let it flow, it will come into your heart, and it is your heart that knows the truth. It is the ego that comes in to question and say, I don't know if that's true. And the questioning of, how do I know that is being made up, or if that is not true? That would be ego. So, dear one, we ask that you would relax, let it flow, and ask to connect in your sleep in a peaceful manner, in a way that is gentle to you. Does that answer your question, dear one?
Thank you. Yes.
And thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to bring forth a question?
Yes, I would. My name is Denise.
Thank
And
you, Denise.
thank you. That was a perfect segue into my question. I understand how to connect while you're sleeping and out in nature, but how about during your waking life when you're out with other human beings? How do you stay connected and not let the ego be
How
too
do we stay connected, Or how does Denise stay connected?
How does Denise stay connected?
That was thank you for entertaining us with your question. And dear one, you know the answer to it as you do it frequently. You do it frequently. You do it with your eyes. You do it with your hands. You do it with your heart. You do it with your walk. For you are an energy healer, this you have known, and you bring forth that energy to others in your practices, in your spiritual practice, in your energetic practice, and that of which you give back to the community and to others. So, dear one, let me turn this question around to you and tell us, how do you do this?
The answer just came to me. I breathe
Yes,
through
you
my
do.
through my
Thankfully,
breath. Yeah, that's true.
thankfully, you breathe. You might turn blue otherwise.
This is true.
Of course, we must
Thank you.
speak true. You are so very welcome. Does
Yeah.
that help you to come into awareness of all the various ways that you do?
Yeah, and you just another big one, thank you, is laughter.
Laughter.
That's huge.
Yes,
Thank you.
it is said on your planet that laughter is the best medicine, and so it is indeed. This vessel can share stories, although she does not choose to, as some of them are very vulnerable to her. And we are stepping above her right now to share this one. She had a very painful moment in her life when laughter had to be the best medicine, as she had a life mate that experienced a very tragic accident and spent many months in the hospital. And she came forth with healing to her partner, bringing a recording device for viewing entertainment, and rented many entertaining videos, and even bought comic books and coloring books and crayons to her partner to watch laughter, to engage in laughter, to color, because the world is so colorful. And you know, all that is has a sense of humor. It was very amusing, not to her partner at the moment, but it was to us and all that were watching as he was coloring. He had no idea what he was coloring, but he was coloring a parachute and was not aware of it until he got to the bottom and saw it was a parachute. As this was the demise of his accident, it was packed incorrectly, which caused much suffering. However, he was able to see the humor and used the laughter. Thank you, dear one. Does this answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
You are most welcome. Is there anyone else that wishes to bring forth a question?
Yeah, I have a question. Jacqueline is here. I'm just curious, as far as the channeling and this, I know I've been able to do that, but fear, I've had such trauma, and I remembered from past lives of just fear, like I'm going to be hurt if I speak up, if I use my voice. It's happened if I've spoken even in this lifetime using my truth. I've made things worse for myself or hurt myself. So now I'm like afraid to like show up and, not play small because I'm going to get hurt. What can I do to overcome that? Because I feel like my laughter is definitely like has kept me connected to my spirit, like my soul, and it's kept me connected to my heart. It's just, and I can feel that it's just the fear is so great that I'm going to be hurt if I let it out, that I won't be able to hide it, and then they're going to come for me. That sounds crazy.
Oh, dear one, thank you for coming forth. And we really hear the ego speaking up in that. And we wish to calm and soothe the ego and say, they're there. It will be okay. It will be okay. for there are many that have been hurt by speaking in their truth. If you are familiar with Joan of Arc, she spoke in her truth, and in speaking in her truth, she was able to lead forth in great victory and celebration of great triumph. And that great triumph where she honored, she listened to us, she listened to her guides, she listened to all that is, the creator of all, and led forth her country in a victory. A young woman, she was just barely out of childhood, and she spoke her truth. She set her ego aside and did not care who thought that she was crazy. Was she hurt for it? Yes. Yes, indeed, she was. She was physically hurt, and her life was actually taken from her in the most savage of ways. And look what she did for the world. Look what she did for the history. Look what she did for channelers. Look what she did for those of you who choose to step into who you are. She did it in the fear. She did it with the fear. She did it through the fear. But she did not do it alone. She had her team with her. And when you step forward and do it anyways, your team is with you. This vessel can tell you about stepping forward and doing it anyways with fear, for she experienced chastisement, isolation, being condemned for speaking her truth. And she was afraid of that social isolation. However, she heard a truth that spoke to her heart, which was, this gift you have is not for you, and you are being selfish by holding on to it. It is not meant for you. It is meant for others. And so she did it anyways. In fear, she stood before an audience on a stage of people she just met and did not know, and did it anyways. And my dear one, that wasn't so long ago. It was barely over a month ago that she did that. And now this vessel is being used to speak to you. Does this answer your question, dear one?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Thank you for bringing it forward to us. Is there anyone else that wishes to bring forth a question at this time? Thank you. We thank you for this invitation, and we will return you to your vessel. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. We're just so happy and grateful for the Arcturians coming through, sharing that messages. We welcome you to send in your messages. I'm Elizabeth, your soul aligned spiritual coach. Blessings to everyone. Thank you.